Hey guys, so this is my second video. I told you guys that I wanted to do a bit more of a in-depth video on certain topics instead of just last time, which was a giant cluster of like 1,000 questions. So I kind of picked out the ones that were talked about the most. So we'll start off with kind of like, there's only like 4 topics, so we'll start off with the fitness ones again. There were 2 that I really wanted to touch up on. A couple people asked how important is a day off and how many should you take. This depends on the person. So someone who is used to having an active lifestyle, who's played sports all their lives, usually a lot of people can go without a day off. Maybe every now and then just take one. It's honestly just listening to your body. I recommend 2 days off from weight training. So if you do 5 days a week of weight training, take 2 days off just to let your body kind of recover. But you can still be active. You can still do yoga. You can still go ride a bike. You can go hiking. You can go swimming. Anything that keeps your body moving is good. Just the weight training itself, just putting that much stress on your body 7 days a week, a lot of people don't do well with it. The problem is a lot of people say they're overtraining when really they're under eating. So whenever someone's like, oh, I'm overtraining, I'm exhausted, I'm like not doing very well, it's very unlikely that they're actually overtraining. You would have to do a shit ton of work to actually overtrain your body because your body can handle so much if you do things properly. There's a reason why athletes do 2-3 days just constant working out because their body can handle it. They're fueling themselves properly. So if you're not properly eating and you're trying to do all this work, it's not gonna work out well. Your body's just gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Knock it off. I'm over this. So really just make sure that you are properly fueling. If you are eating not enough carbs or proteins or fats, any one of those things, it can drastically affect your performance. So really keep that in mind when you're feeling a little sluggish. Just think to yourself, how much of this have I gotten? A lot of times people are dehydrated, so a gallon of water a day at least. I drink almost a gallon and a half, sometimes even 2. Like today it's really hot and I've drank almost 2 gallons of water and I have to pee every 5 minutes, but my body knows what it wants and it wants water. So really just stay on top of those things so that way you can do whatever, pretty much. It's just up to you. Personally, I don't do more than 5 days of weight training usually. Sometimes I'll do 6 if I get like a stick at my butt and I want to go do a little bit more. But usually my body feels pretty comfortable. I do like 3 days on, a day off, 3 days on, a day off. So it's a good split for a lot of people. Another topic was soreness. A girl said that she doesn't get sore no matter what she does. Honestly, there's this huge misconception where you are supposed to have such terrible muscle soreness after workout for it to be good. It's not true. Sometimes even being too sore can be debilitating and almost damaging to your body just because it's having such a hard time repairing, especially if you don't let it properly heal completely before doing other activities. So if you have really bad leg DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, for those of you who don't know what DOMS means, if you have really bad leg DOMS and you let it rest 2 days or so, but then on your program it says to do more leg work and you still do it, you haven't let that muscle recover completely. So really, soreness doesn't really mean much. Some people simply don't get sore. Again, people who are more used to being an athlete, things like that, they rarely get sore. If you're on a program, usually by the second week you kind of stop getting soreness. So whenever you start a program, that's when you get really sore. So when you're doing new things, if you've been kind of doing the same thing, it's really unlikely that you'll get sore. So if that is the case, look into changing things up. But some people just heal really quickly, and it just means that you're probably eating right and your body is just getting the nutrition it needs in order to properly regrow. I mean, essentially when you're working out, that soreness is little tiny micro tears in your muscle fibers And then by properly eating and refueling, those muscle fibers build up bigger and stronger. So um, if you feel good, if you're making progress, then I really would not worry about soreness that much. Um, yes, okay. So the other two questions, I'll get started on them. I got asked how to deal with anger and frustration. So the example was if someone's talking shit on you or calling you out, what to do. Me personally, I have a very, very high temper. Um, I come from an Italian background. A part of me is Italian, and I just have that hot blood. Little things spark me very easily, actually. But every time my temper flares up, I kind of have to take a step back and think, what's this going to do for me? By getting angry or frustrated with a situation, nothing good is going to come out of it. So you pretty much just have to almost talk yourself out of it and look at the situation calmly. It's a very, very taxing thing to do and to learn. I'm still struggling with it to this day. I've been able to conquer it more so with the fitness aspect, so a lot of times kind of get shitty comments on Instagram or social media, and those I've been pretty good at learning how to deal with. But when it's personal relationships, since I hold it a little closer to my heart, I tend to get a little more frustrated about things. But really, there's no good blowing up. There's no good yelling or arguing or being rude. That's never got me anywhere in my life. Basically, you just have to figure out what's important. It depends on the relationship with the person. If it's a stranger, honestly, who gives a shit what someone you don't know, who doesn't even know you, has to say about you? There's a lot of shit talkers on Instagram, and it's really funny, and you kind of wonder what people like what is going through someone's head for them to go onto your feed and to talk shit on you. Like, I've never understood the point of that. What is that doing? Because you're taking the time out of your day to go onto someone else's page, someone you don't even talk to, and go, oh, this is when I get a lot, oh, that girl looks like a dude. Which, okay, like, I don't give two shits what you think, because a lot of people think I look fine, so why do I care? So it's, those kind of situations I honestly just brush off your shoulder. It really doesn't matter. If it's someone you're close to, and they're just either talking shit behind your back, or they're saying even it to your face, honestly, just talk to them. Sit down and have a mature conversation. If they cannot handle a mature conversation, do your best to hold your cool and just be the bigger person, because grown-ass people act like children. Actually, children act better than adults sometimes, and it's kind of pathetic. But when you do find yourself in that kind of situation, honestly, just keep a level head. Even if it doesn't get resolved and that person is still doing whatever they're doing, at least you know you did the best you could, and honestly, that should be enough for you. If it's a person that's really, really just not giving up with being an asshole, cut them out of your life, because you don't need that. If it's social media, just block them, because that's what I do. It's great. It's the best feeling. I'm trying to make sure this isn't a super, super long video again, because honestly, I would not want to talk, or I would not want to listen to me talk for 30 minutes. So, hopefully this one's a little more tolerable. So, last question. This one kind of got touched up on the last one, but I didn't really get to go into a lot of detail on it. It's mainly sexuality. I got asked if I've always been attracted to girls. Pretty much. So I'll give you the whole spiel with that. So, a lot of people know that have been following me know that I was with a guy for 4.5 years of my life, from age 18 until 22 and a half, which was last summer. So it's been a year that we've been broken apart. Um, the funny thing is, so many people think that someone can turn you gay. I don't understand how that works. But I grew up in a loving home, but it was never, no one ever talked about homosexuality with me. No one ever talked about um, the possibility of me liking girls. So I just didn't know anything about it. It's not that it was a negative thing necessarily. It's just I never got an education on the subject. So um, I always just figured there was something wrong with me because I was not really sexually attracted to men. I can appreciate a good-looking man, and I can appreciate, if a guy's very fit, I can be like, wow, he's put in a lot of good work, he looks great, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean that I want to be with him, it doesn't mean that I want to have sex with him, it just means I appreciate his physique. So, a lot of people think that just because you can find someone attractive physically means that you can also find them attractive in other aspects, and it's not true at all. But I found myself in that situation where I could be attracted to men physically, and I just thought something was wrong with me because I couldn't get any of the other aspects to it. I couldn't get the sexual part, I couldn't get the romantically wanting to be with them part, and for the longest time I thought I must have some type of chemical imbalance, like there's this reason why I just do not want to have sex with men. I really struggled, especially during my relationship, and it was just a very weird situation. I was very confused, mainly, like anyone at that age. I did basically what I thought was right, and the guy that I was with was my brother's best friend. I grew up knowing the guy, and I was comfortable with him, so I figured, he was a good-looking guy. I figured I can be with this person, like, why not? Like, I know him very well, he makes me laugh. There's really no reason why we shouldn't date. So we did, and I was like, we would talk about a life together, but my heart wasn't in it. I did not feel like I could not see myself 5 years from then with the same person. And I just thought there was just something wrong with me. It wasn't until after I broke up, it was right before we broke up technically, I started talking to a friend, and she's gay, and she was telling me things, and I was like, she really opened up my eyes to basically the whole LGBT community, and I started to realize a lot of things about myself. I started remembering things I've done all throughout my life. I've always been attracted to girls. The part of my mind did not recognize it as, hey, you could be gay. It just said, you're attracted to girls just like anyone else. But I wasn't just physically attracted. I wanted the romantic and the sexual with the girls, but it never clicked in my head until I started to talk to people who were gay. And I would just do things I hate to stereotype, but really, I just acted like such a little dykey kid. Honestly, I was a super tomboy. I wanted all the guys to be my bros. I never wanted to actually date guys. I basically just did because I wanted attention and because I just wanted to feel normal. So I thought going on dates with guys was the normal thing to do, and I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be like all my peers. It never really hit me until recently, and I mean, it's been fine. It's not like a lot of people struggle with coming to the realization. I don't at all. I actually feel really, really comfortable. I feel true to myself, which is great. One of the questions, part of the question was, how do I deal with guys hitting on me now? I honestly I'm really blatantly gay around guys that start to hit on me. So if they say something, I just make a comment about a girl being hot, or like, just just really anything, just to hint that I'm a lesbian, and they end up picking up on it. And even if they do pick up on it, sometimes they still hit on me. And in that case, I usually just either laugh, like, because that's what I do in awkward situations, or I just ignore them. So, haven't really had any real issues with that yet. There was this guy who, when I first moved down here to Huntington Beach last year, I went on a date with him, and this was before I realized I was gay. I came out as bi, but I didn't think I was, like, full gay. So I was like, I'll still give guys a chance. But I went on a date with him, and he tried to, like, put the moves on me, I guess you could say, and I just did not want to at all. So I just told him to take me home, and he very reluctantly, might I add, did that. But then when I came out as completely gay, he was making fake accounts on Instagram and going on my pictures and saying that you could see my dick and that I'm just such a super dyke and blah blah blah, like I'm going to hell and all this stuff. And I was like, some guys take it a little extreme. If you're one of those psycho guys that gets so offended that a girl doesn't want you, you really need to reevaluate your life. Because honestly, I just laughed. It didn't offend me at all. I just thought it was fucking funny, and I texted him, I called him out on it, and he blocked my number, and it was fun. I honestly had fun with it. Some people get really upset about that kind of shit, but no. I also got kind of asked what my type is. Like body type. I don't really have a body type preference. Honestly, a lot of people expect me to want to go for a very muscular girl, and it's really not the case. I don't even really care if a girl lifts or not, as long as, you know, she's in shape and takes care of herself. But sometimes it's nice to have that break from the fitness and weightlifting thing, because a lot of times you get these girls that try to talk to you and they act interested in you, but really they just want free training or something like that. And so it's nice to be able to, like, talk to someone that you're interested in and not have to talk about fitness. And if you do talk about it, it's just because they're genuinely interested in what you have to say, and it's not like, oh, I'm going to try to use you for something, because a lot of people do that, which is fine. I get it, it's not a big deal. But honestly, I don't care if a girl works out or not. Yeah, it's really not a big deal. I don't know. For some people, I guess it is. It's gonna sound like a dickhead thing, but I couldn't date a girl who's, like, severely obese, or even just, like, not severely, but, you know, just obese, because it's not even that it's unattractive physically. It's just that means that your health isn't ideal. Like, you're not taking care of your body properly, and that's a turn off. It's not the way you look, it's the way you take care of yourself. Because if you ever say, oh my god, I'm not attracted to an overweight chick, people flip the fuck out. But that just means that, you know, whether it's a life situation or not, I don't know, whatever, it just means that they let themselves go, in a sense. And that, to me, is not, like, a quality I would look for. But I don't care if they got a little extra, or if they're skinny. I really don't give two shits. It just depends. I'm picky anyways, but that's one thing that I've never really been very picky about. Yeah. So, I'd like to do these videos about bi-weekly, I think. I'm trying to see if I can set up a thing to do a live chat at a certain time, so that way you guys can ask me questions while I tell you. But I'm trying to work out the details on that and what the best platform to go through is, because there's a couple, but I don't want to do, like, a janky one, basically. Like, I want to do a high quality thing. I've been trying to figure out a good time that would work for everyone. Usually 6:30 p.m. West Coast is the best time. So hopefully I can set something up around then that we can start doing. If not, I'll just keep doing these and post them on my YouTube, because then at least you can still see them even if you have something going on in the evening. So yeah, so with this one, just tell me just give me feedback, because this is all new to me. I've never done these before. I know I look around a lot because I just do not want to look at the camera. It's very awkward. But just tell me what you think. Tell me if you want me to go into more detail on things. If you want me to quit swiveling around in my chair, because I do that so much, because it just makes me nervous talking to a camera. It's weird. I could always bring in one of my friends and kind of have them interview me if you guys would like that, or just have them talk with me. Whatever you guys want, really, because this is all for you. This is not for me at all. If it was my choice, I wouldn't really be into this, but I know it makes you guys kind of feel more connected, and it's easier to talk instead of just typing away on my little tiny phone keyboard on Instagram. So, just let me know what you guys think, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you for watching again, and you guys should start hashtagging your pictures. I'm starting this new hashtag, and it's glutes, spelled like my name, so it's GLUTEZZ 4 FOR glutes, GLUTES. So you should like start posting that, because it's funny, and glutes are awesome. Not me glutes, but actual glutes. The booty is good. So any butt pictures, feel free to tag me in, because they're funny, kind of, and awesome. I always find it really great that people feel comfortable enough to post booty shots and stuff now, because so many girls are self-conscious about it. So it's cool that we can like start a movement and make people more comfortable with it. So yeah, so that's about it. Thank you again. I'm sorry I'm so awkward and fidgety. I'm really trying to work on it, but cool. Feedback, and yeah, bye.